Hey everybody, welcome back to Stack Snacks. In today's video, we are going to look at Notion's custom agents. And I use Notion a lot to store documents and databases. And in this video, I'm going to try to build some Notion agents that can actually do real work and kind of be like a mini teammate. Like, can it actually do that for us, right? Because if you're already living in Notion, let's see what it could do and how it could help instead of copying and pasting back and forth. So that's what we're going to get into today. So let's get started. Hey everybody, this is my Notion, and these are the three agents that I have set up at the moment. We'll take a quick look at those, and then maybe we'll go in and we'll build some stuff. So we got a Snacks issue drafter, creates a new draft of my newsletter in a database from a prompt using a template I made. So that one was pretty cool. And then we got kind of an SEO one-pager. So it uses the Ahrefs API, and it'll give you a one page on how your site's doing from an SEO perspective, hitting those APIs. So pretty cool. And this is one that I got from the community. So if you go into, where does it go? Oh, there we go, Marketplace. You click over on agents, and you can get a whole mess of stuff in here that we can hit into. So pretty cool. And it gives you some nice test subjects to see what's going on and kind of what's happening here. But one thing I did find over there, which I did love, it's a Notion agent builder. So we can have a builder build an agent for us. So pretty cool. So what I think we're going to do is, let's see. All right. I think what we're going to do is we're going to make a Notion AI agent content producer for Stack Snacks. So you guys are going to watch this in action. Okay, so I want to build an agent that will help me take raw video ideas and create some stuff from it. Okay, now here's a couple ideas, like a hook, that kind of stuff, titles, descriptions. Okay. Proposed agent, turn raw video ideas into a complete video brief. 3 questions. Ready to paste instructions for your new agent. Okay, so we're going to take this over and make a new agent with Notion AI with this. All right, so now we use the agent builder. We're going to go ahead and make a new agent. We're going to paste this in to start. So we're bouncing back around here. All right, now it's going to start working. So okay, we're going to add some other features into that. So we're going to make it, create a new, we call it video brief. So we're going to hit save that. Let's get the structure here. All right, so far so good. So we got our kind of agents instructions. We turned on web access. Now we also got to, you make a database to save these ideas into. All right, so let's kind of store those somewhere. And then, all right, so we got a place to store them. And I also want to set it up to email if I can. Let's see, connect. All right. Model we are going to use. So Notion has a pretty solid model list. Now the cost is one of the more prohibitive things here, but so we're gonna use Minimax 2.5. I think it's the cheapest. Let's just see. The GPT 5.4 Nano is, so we'll use that. So I want all new briefs to be saved into the database. I also want there to be some research into what keywords might be good to use in a video. Also check for any news articles that might help. Also to try to pull in some live data on any videos. And then when it is done, let's draft email it to the team. Oh, spelled that wrong. All right, so that's going to take a second. Okay, so I had to do this a little bit off camera. So I actually authenticated Todoist. So one cool thing you could do inside of Notion Agents is you can add a custom MCP server. So what we're going to do is, let's make a new task into, so run through it, add it to the database, add it to my task list, right? Okay. So it says I can't see Todoist, so I just added Todoist as a MCP. Can you check again? All right, let's see what that does. Okay, we had some server issues, but we're back. So let's try this agent finally. All right, so let's save our latest changes. I had some trouble connecting the Todoist MCP. I'm not exactly sure what the problem was, but okay, I want to make a new. Let's just get into this here. I want to make a new video that talks about making AI videos with Gemini. I'm hoping it's going to ask me like a couple questions and then searching the web to learn about Omni. All right, so you can see here we got, it's adding the tasks. And it's going to attempt to send, oh, I didn't tell it who to send an email to. So I think it's failing there. All right, that's fair. I'm glad it stopped because I was like, oh boy. All right, let's get into, let's do video brief. Okay, a couple of these, let's see where there's a couple of false starts here. 247. Oh, because I made a page which caused it to run more. Okay, so we got to make some tweaks here, but we've got, and that's the thing, right? When you're building these things and these systems and these agents, there's always some unintended consequences here. But let's see, we got update about, look at what Omni can do. Set expectations so don't confuse Omni with VO. You make AI videos fast. Not bad, not bad. So we do have to tweak our system here. So let's see. I'm gonna move the model from the Nano. Wonder if that's causing us some problems. We're gonna go to the Minimax 2.5. Let's update that. Can you tell me why 3 pages got made in the database? Oh, and then we'll check to see if Todoist got a task. Let's see. All right, we did get a task in Todoist. It's nice and clean. Okay, so I got an error, and then it kept saving. Okay, so at least it let us know what it was doing. Okay. So I'd say there's going to have to be some refactoring with these things, and I had a couple of issues, but like I forgot to tell it which email to do, so we're going to go ahead and remove email. We'll go ahead and hit save. And then that one was pretty smooth, other than a couple of those errors. But like I said, I feel like when you're building these things, I don't know, I bake that in. Okay, so now this is actually my Notion, so I don't want to service so many content that I don't want to be out there. But one final thought too on agents is they do use credits, and right, you could set a limit. I only want this one to use 200 per month, and I think in our setting, no, in your workspace settings, I want to say Notion credits. So you can see you get 300 a month on the paid tier. I got a couple more weeks and I've already used 100. And you can buy them in packs of 1,000 credits for $10 a month. So a few final thoughts. You really gotta, because I haven't really done any comparisons. It just feels expensive if I'm already spending the $20 a month. But they do allow you the model picker, so you could use smaller models, which I think is cool. I also like that it's like a warehouse of all your other existing data, so you could probably come up with some pretty cool workflows. But also on the flip side, Notion has a great MCP, so if you're working elsewhere, you could probably do that as well. This definitely feels more towards the small groups and business customers. This does feel a little overkill for if you're a solo guy inside your Notion. Like I said, using Notion, the Notion MCP inside of your other tools might be just as efficient. But I like the setup. I think they've got a good, yeah, like I said, I think if you're with a small group, there's some compelling reasons to maybe use this. But if you're solo, I don't see a point, because you're going to end up spending $30-$40 a month, which again, if you're in a small group, might not be that big of a deal. But I'm going to keep playing. Like I said, I like the integrations that it does. I do like you add any other MCPs, so it's also interesting to see, okay, can I maybe have a daily download of another thing into Notion as like a redundancy or something able to like query over. Got me thinking a little bit, but I would say if you're by yourself on the $20 a month plan, use the 300 credits. You could probably have one workflow going, but I don't know if I'd go ahead and build 20 agents here just yet. But yeah, so that's a little tour of the Notion agents. And if anybody's using them, I'd love to share and see what other agents are being built, and maybe I'm missing something. So please share if you guys are going deep on this. But thank you all for stopping by. We'll see you next time.